Midžor is the tallest mountain in Serbia at 2,169 meters. It's like a little over 7,100 feet, so it's pretty far up there, but far from the tallest mountain in the Balkans. I've been really excited about making out and summiting this, and I was aiming for those days right at the end of summer when you're starting to get the change of the leaves, but still trying to get a bright and sunny day, and we're gonna see how this goes. It looks like I made it for 1 out of 2. This is supposed to be the nicest day this week, and Google still says it's gonna be partly cloudy, but this looks pretty dense. It's gonna take us a few hours to get up there, so we'll see. Hopefully it clears up. I was definitely concerned about this on the drive out. Of course, to try to hit a decent trailhead in the morning, we had to leave super early. So we were on the road like a little after 4:30 in the morning, and it was rainy and super foggy. So yeah, I was worried, but I just Googled it again when I was in the car to make sure. It's definitely supposed to be partly cloudy and the nicest day this week down here in this southeast corner of Serbia. The summit of Midžor is actually right on the border between Serbia and Bulgaria. And either way, it's going to be a gorgeous day to be out on the trails. I mean, there's something really like ethereal and beautiful about the dense fog like this. But I was also hoping to get some of those big views. Of course, get the drone up in the sky. So we'll see how all that goes. Like I was saying, the drive out here started super despondent. It was not looking good. And then when the sun started to come up, it looked like maybe it was going to break a little bit. And then we got this really pretty sunrise right outside of Niš. Then it started to get foggier again. I don't know. And then we started climbing into the mountains. I think it's much clearer down out of the mountains a bit, so it gives me a little bit of hope. Maybe the sun will burn this off. Either way, we're gonna have a happy doggy to be out here. So at this point, I was super worried about the way this day was gonna go, but honestly, it could not have been more perfect. All the way up, we had this super mystical, dense fog, and then on the way back, it all opens up, and we got this beautiful, incredible landscape. So the trail begins kind of hiking through the forest with this little fence on the side, and this dense fog just makes it so mystical and beautiful. It's really, really perfect. Super fall colors everywhere and lines of trees disappearing into the fog, and you can begin to see where the stories of leprechauns and gnomes and trolls began. I was really worried about getting those views, but a day like this on the trail is absolutely perfect. There are a few different routes you can take to hike up to the top of Midžor, and the most common one, I think it's probably also the easiest one, starts in a place called Babin Zub, which is funny. I think it's got to be the grandma's tooth. It sounds like the grandma's tooth anyway. I assume there's going to be some mountain around here that looks like a jagged, broken grandma's tooth. Hopefully it clears up and we can see it a little bit. Maybe you can also see behind me, it's a ski spot, so of course there's gonna be some chairlift action going on, which would be super cool. I mean, on a clear day, I bet this place is ringed with some pretty mountains. It'd be a great spot to come out skiing if we get a chance sometime later in the season. So our trail signs are Austrian flags, which is fun, and there is nothing better than having a puppy on the trail. It's one of my favorite things, just seeing her pure joy at the freedom of running and getting muddy. Well, it just got a lot brighter right there. So we'll see. Maybe we're gonna get lucky. Still seems pretty dense, but you never know. Sun is powerful. It's still late summer, you know, like last week of September. So this stuff could definitely burn off. It also could definitely stick around. This trail is awesome. Super, super soft ground. Really easy hiking. But you definitely know you're climbing a mountain. Google says there's this big like rock monument thing, like right here where I'm standing. It says it's the only way to Midžor, so you cannot miss it. I think maybe some days you can miss it. But I'm looking around, I don't see anything like that. But visibility is probably, I don't know, 50 meters or so. So that's all right. It looks like a big rock. I'm not super worried about missing it. Just hope that view opens up. So this monument and Babin Zub and all the things that we didn't get to see on the way up were wide open to see on the way down. Honestly, a totally perfect day on the trail. Friends of the channel will know what a big fan I am of barefoot shoes. Today was too cold, so I left the sandals behind, but if you don't mind, give me a minute to tell you about barefoot shoes because they totally changed my life. I love Xero Shoes. Barefoot shoes honestly changed my life, and if you're interested in the whole story, I'll link it up in the corner. Xero has an awesome range of barefoot shoes at what I think is the best price point in the market. And on the trail, they are a game changer for weight, for ease, and just for pure enjoyment. Here's the deal. Every mile you hike on the trail, your feet actually travel 2 miles. I mean, if each shoe weighs 1 pound and you're carrying 2 shoes and they're traveling twice as far, we're talking about 4 pounds on your feet. All that said, most sneakers are around 2 pounds and most boots are often close to 3 pounds. So we're talking about 8 pounds on your feet that you're bringing on the trail. Like before you talk about water and pack weight and everything. Well, by comparison, if you just look, barefoot shoes cut out almost all of that weight. And then there's water crossings. If you consider boots like this, you're gonna stop, take off your boots, take off your socks, cross the water, sit down, clean your feet, put on your boots, and then carry on. One of the things I learned in barefoot shoes is I'm just gonna crash right through, and in a half mile, my feet are dry. Maybe the biggest change with barefoot shoes is that I'm actually aware of where my feet step on the trail. I used to chase like that big scenery, so I'd just try to smash out trail miles and get to those big views. But now in barefoot shoes, I actually pay attention to the travel like roots, rocks, foliage, pine cones. And I know it sounds crazy, but I actually enjoy the trail so much more this way. It means rather than just speeding for the high ground, I enjoy every step on the trail. Xero has an awesome selection of trail shoes and sandals, and you can check them out in the link in the description. And if you use my affiliate link below, it really helps me out, and I know you'll enjoy them just as much as I do. Thanks, let's get back to the trail. One of the unexpected things for me on this trail is the colors were so amazing. It's like the trail is kind of muddy but not deep. It's just kind of soft and nice, squishy, but you have all of this bright pink bedrock just sticking up through it. It makes it super pretty, especially next to all the yellows and greens. There are these little flowers you're gonna see in a little bit that are like bright red and bright orange. And there's these little leafy things in the ground that are kind of like a dull but bright green. So pretty, I absolutely loved it. I wished I had that view, but looking off a cliff into nothing like this is also just a really kind of cool, wonderful experience. So Midžor, 5 kilometers. Remember that, it's gonna come back in a little bit. Here are those flowers I'm talking about. Right here you get like those bright reds mixed in, and sometimes with the red, with the yellow and the green and all of the different shades of all of them, and then the bright pink bedrock. Man, it's so awesome. This trail sign's crazy. So it looks like we're looking at the trail sign, but then you see like the actual trail marker is on this side because all of those trail signs are actually facing down the hill away from the trail. I don't know how a trail sign like this gets turned around. All right, so I've been on the trail, I don't know, less than an hour, not too long really at all. Here's what I was thinking, just to prove I'm not a fool, I'll show you this. Here's where we started, down here at like the ski plaza. And here's where we are, like somewhere nearing halfway, not quite halfway maybe. Up here's where we're going in Midžor. Here's what I was thinking to show you. Google says, right here in the area, mostly sunny. Yeah, it feels like zero. It is, for me, the perfect day for a mountain climb. I am a cold weather guy. I've got the blood of the north. I don't know how that happened growing up in Seattle. Seattle's not that far north, but I definitely got it. And no one else in my family's got it. My sister could not be happier living in Phoenix, Arizona. Ooh. My parents are smart. They moved there also, but they leave in the summer to get out of the crazy heat and then just live in the really nice barbecuing on Christmas type of heat. But yeah, I mean, the weather there is really, really nice for a lot of the year. I really miss real winters. It's one of those things in Latvia I will, I think, always remember so fondly. And I know people here in Serbia say, no, but there's like real winter, like it snows, it gets cold. They're not wrong. I mean, yeah, definitely true. But it's like the wet Seattle, heavy, kind of gross snow. It's not like living in Jūrmala, Latvia, where it's like every single night you get this beautiful, perfect dusting of brand new, light, perfect little crystals of snow that poof when you step down into them and sparkle like diamonds. Oh man, La Via's paradise. I mean, for a guy like me anyway, La Via's paradise. It is definitely super freezing, and there are times it's not as nice, you know. End of the winter when all the snow's melting and all the dirt and cigarette butts from the entire season are being revealed. Yeah, it's not so nice in that season. And I also really appreciate moving directly from like the outskirts of Riga to the outskirts of Belgrade, because they're just such opposites. Riga's like this quaint little perfect fairy tale. Belgrade is like this alive, insane chaos. And it really feels like in Latvia, it's a celebration of nature and peace and quiet. And Belgrade's a celebration of people in all of their forms and glory. Just a celebration of people and all the chaos that life brings. It's really such a blessed life we have. Moving around the world to these new places, getting to know new cultures, and just appreciating all that the world has to offer. Yeah, praise God. But I guess let's keep checking out what we can see on a day like today. So Midžor, 5 kilometers. I swear between these two markers we went at least a couple kilometers, but I've run into this in the Balkans before. My first big hike in the Balkans was in Slovenia. We were hiking Mount Triglav, and I don't remember what the distances were, but we definitely had something like this where we'd gone a couple kilometers and the trail sign said we'd gone 0, which is all just to say, if you do come hiking here, be ready for it just so it doesn't destroy your morale. So here there's this big long line where you can see like these big bright green leafy things are connected to these tall stalks. And I wonder if a month ago in July or something, this would have been super pretty. Like, are all of these covered with blossoms? I don't know. There's hope. We'll see. Lily started to get tired, so she's not running and running. She's just attached to my hip now. All right, people, there's serious hope going on. On this side of the mountain, it's like breaking. There's something going on. I'm just really hoping we'll see. But I think, because we're right here on this shoulder, that's probably Midžor right back there. And this looks still super dense. So hopefully all this brightening up there, hopefully that means it's gonna push through. Let's go get it. Here you go. So we have all these different textures with the sun starting to break through, little hints of blue sky before they close up again. All good signs. We got some good signs here, people. A little bit of breaking clouds, they're filling in again, but it's been happening, so we'll see what goes on with that. The road, it looks like, goes on straight through here, like super 4x4 road, but it's a road that goes through somewhere. What we got right here, Midžor, 200 meters. I had no idea that I was that close, but sounds good. Also, a whole bunch of exposed bedrock back here. That's always a good sign. It means we're getting really near the top. I love it. It's really pretty too, like covered with all that lichen. I like it. Those greens along with all the different yellow greens of like the grass and all the stuff that's like alive, but kind of like setting in for winter, just beginning to know that winter is coming. Winter is coming. Super pretty, fun spot. I don't know if you can tell how steep this climb is, but if you do this hike, be ready for some climbing. Some of the sections are super steep. I was impressed someone beat me up here this morning. I felt like we had a pretty early trail start, but I guess he probably didn't start as far away as Belgrade. Another socked in cliff just looking out into nothing. The view's about to open up, but I still love it even when it's like this. Just super mystical. All right, here we are. Highest point in Serbia. We made it. Me and the little pup. She's a trooper. Of course, Serbian and Bulgarian flags over here because we're like right on the border. Like back into that fog, we're looking back into Serbia, and over into this fog, we're looking over into Romania. Unfortunately, we can't see much. I have seen some moments of blue sky, so we've got a little bit of hope. I don't know. I'm gonna put on a sweatshirt. We'll sit down and have some lunch, kind of chill for a bit and see. Maybe we can see if stuff clears up. Some S-tier trail food right here. Hard-boiled eggs and bananas are hard to beat on the trail. May not be the wide, sweeping views I was looking for, but this is opening up a little bit out here, and it does look awesome. Absolutely love this. With the sun breaking through the cloud barrier, it's like you get all of these different brightness and textures. Honestly, a view like this might be a lot prettier a day like today than on a bright sunny day. I could not have asked for more. Well, I'm super glad that it cleared up like this out here. It is really, really pretty. I wish we could get a little more telescoping views. The other side, of course, is still super socked in. But so it goes. It's these colors that I love. It's all of that. It's kind of like almost like meadowy, really, really pretty stuff. 100% worth it. Midžor, winner. Really enjoyed it up here. It's so cool how this whole shoulder of the mountain, like down into this bowl, looks totally different on the way down. I'm so glad I got this view because then you get the idea that these colors aren't just bright up close, but you have them all mixed in together all across the hillside. Just gorgeous. There were a couple guys on the way down who were driving up these old Lada 4x4s. I love these cars. They are so cool. I mean, classic cars are super awesome in the first place. Like, I'm a big fan of old metal-bodied cars. But these cars are also, like, they have the little skinny city wheels, but they are legit 4x4s. I couldn't believe the stuff that this green guy made it up and through. You're gonna see the hill in just a moment. So this white guy couldn't make it quite as far as the green guy did, but you can see how cool these cars are. They're almost like a predecessor to the Suzuki Samurai or something like that. If I had the money to have a car just to play around with here in Serbia, this would definitely be it. And you can see this little white car is on like a 20 or 25 degree grade. Like, it's super steep. This is the track that he couldn't quite make it all the way up there, but you can see the shoulder of the mountain on the left that the green guy made it over, and I am impressed. Here's the tracks you can see. He's trying to make it up, and they're slipping around a whole bunch because it's like muddy, and so the tires are digging to find bedrock. These guys obviously know what they're doing, and these cars are super impressive. So much fun. I really love it. So here's the main trail, and on the way down, we found this little stone monument. And honestly, I don't disagree with Google. It would be hard to miss unless your visibility was as socked in as we were on the way up. It's a pretty little spot. Nothing super special, but it's a nice trail marker so you know you're going the right way and you have an idea how far you've made it. Here in the distance is Babin Zub, and it's super funny because especially from this far away, you can really see it kind of does look like 100 years ago when people didn't really know how to take care of their teeth. And so by the time you're an old grandma, you do have these kind of rounded off and cracked, messed up teeth, and it does look a little bit like that. And as soon as you drop into the trees, you know you're just about home. Well, I think that's probably just about it for those big wide open views as we drop right back into the fog back here on the way back to the car. But that's all right. Lily and I have seen so many incredible places in Serbia, and I think this might be my second favorite hike that we've done. If you'd like to see the best hike I've seen in Serbia so far, it's one of the cleanest rivers I've ever seen. Beautiful, fun place. And there should be a link right here on screen. Or if you'd rather see some really incredible mountains, there's a link to the Valbona Pass in northern Albania. Truly fantastic.